what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a little different. I decided, since I haven't been filming lately, I decided I'm gonna give you my review on a new show I just watched that just recently came out. Marvel's Wonder Man. I'll go and tell you, I had pretty low expectations going into this because, I mean, I don't really know who Wonder Man is, unfortunately, and I don't really know much about it. And I just knew that this show, I felt, since they released all the episodes at once, I thought this was going to be a show they're just throwing in there and just one they had lying around, like, here it goes, here it is. It fills the gap, it don't matter. But anyway, I'm pleased to say I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It was actually a pretty damn good show, I'd say. I'd probably rate it either 7, maybe an 8 out of 10, because I will say, I think it's up there with Loki, Daredevil Born Again, and X-Men 97. I think it's up there. I think that's how good it is. This is not your standard Marvel show. This is a lot different of a TV show with Marvel, especially with like everything that's going on. This show focuses more on the story and just its standalone kind of show, more than it does a actual like fight scene, CGI, everything, you know, like a standard Marvel show you'd think of. This feels more like an actual television show than it does a Marvel show, which I think for this story they were going for worked really well. Story's pretty self-explanatory. It follows a character named Simon Williams, who is an aspiring actor who recently got a word that they were doing a new movie called Wonder Man. And I guess his character in the show grew up loving Wonder Man. He was like, I have to play his character. He has a secret and he ends up having superpowers, like mutant powers, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's said yet that it's mutant, but he has superpowers and he has to keep it hidden. And, well, we follow him and Trevor Slattery, who comes back, aka the Mandarin from Iron Man 3, and he was in Shang-Chi, who helps him overall. And spoiler warning, Trevor is actually a double agent in this show. He was actually tasked by I forget what they're called, but it's like the people who are trying to hunt down Simon because they know he has superpowers, but they can't prove it. They need evidence. And they kind of hired Trevor saying, we'll get rid of your prison sentence, because I guess he escaped prison. He never finished his sentence for being the Mandarin, even though he was just an actor. They say they'll lower the sentence if you get this guy and like tell us about him. And so Trevor, of course, goes for it, continues on. Trevor, of course, eventually feels really bad and decides not to do it. And as the story continued, it actually gets really interesting with like different actors actually showing up, not like cameos of like previous superheroes, but like actual actors playing themselves, which is really cool. Doorman makes an appearance. Oh, that was amazing. I didn't expect that, but Doorman's in there. Yeah, there's tons and tons of different type of, I want to say they kind of went meta with this show, you know what I mean? It kind of has like that meta feeling to it. But yeah, overall, it's like, I thought this was a pretty damn good show, especially considering like I, once again, had zero expectations for it. And I thought they did pretty well. And obviously, oh crap, I forget who plays him, but the guy who plays the main character, who plays Simon Williams, he stole the show like so well. I mean, the emotion, the struggles he goes through in the show, the stress, it's really well done. He acted perfectly, really well done. And I hope to see more. I'm hoping for season 2 because I feel like this show deserves a season 2. The ending's good. It's a good ending. I like it. So basically, once again, spoiler warning. At the end, Trevor realizes what he did wrong, but the episode prior, before the final episode, they kind of cornered Trevor. I wouldn't say Simon kind of corners Trevor, and Trevor just tells him what's been going on and how he decided not to help them. And of course, Simon gets really upset about this, seeing that the only friend he thought he had backstabbed him. And Simon basically blows up the set. Other spoiler warning, he does get the role of Wonder Man in the show, which I don't really think that's a spoiler because it's what it's the whole story about him. He gets the role, and he ends up, after finding out what Trevor did, he goes to set and he has his power rampage. He blows up the set, and Trevor, knowing this, decides to bring the Mandarin back and say he did it as the Mandarin. and Trevor takes the blame and he goes to jail for it. So yeah, Simon became Wonder Man. They did the whole film. I mean, they didn't show the whole film. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the film. Really funny movie. Everything was good. And the ending, Simon breaks Trevor out of prison using his powers. They fly away. That's the end. But yeah, overall, like I said, I would say this is a pretty damn good show. And I would rate this, like I said, like probably a 7.5, I'd say, out of 10. I'd say this is, like I said, up there with Loki, Daredevil Born Again, and X-Men 97. Like, I say it's up there. Like, it's a really good show. I know a lot of people won't like it because it's not your standard Marvel show. There's not many fight scenes, not many action. It's mainly a story, like an actual television series, which I said works well for this story. But I understand if a lot of people don't like it. So yeah, that was my review for Wonder Man. I'm hoping for a season 2. If you guys want more reviews on stuff that I should do, leave it down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.